by the Unity Party-led government in Kinjor and other parts of the country. Maryland County Detachment of the Liberia National Police launches investigation into the mysterious disappearance of a 50-year-old man identified as John Stein in the county. Now, away from home, the head of Ethiopia's biggest commercial bank has told the BBC that customers who withdraw more money than what they have in their accounts cannot escape the law. That's according to the BBC. Details of these information and other developments I outline of will take a very short break. We'll come back. We'll bring you the bulletin of news. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Up next is the bulletin of news with Thomas Kojo Rura. Good evening, Rula.
A pleasant good evening to you. Continue good evening to everyone. Liberian refugee based in Ghana have decried what they term as alleged abandonment by the government of Liberia. The over 1,000 Liberian currently based in the Buduburam camp, Ghana, were made homeless by the Ghanaian government on February 28, 2024, through the traditional council Goba Feta. Speaking with reporters via mobile phone from Ghana, the president of the Buduburam Liberian refugee camp, Godwin Dennis Godwin, said the recent demolition carried out
of the news bulletin. It is a regular feature on Freedom Evening News Basket, 45 minutes of major happenings about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one globe. And this news presentation is proudly sponsored by Crown Stoppers Liberia. One of the top developments we are furthering this evening, Liberian refugees based in Ghana decry their alleged abandonment by the Liberian government following the demolition of the Butubura camp in Ghana. We'll take a very short break and we'll come back. We'll bring you voices of the news makers. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Let's now take our first development. Liberian refugees based in Ghana have decried what they term as abandonment by the government of Liberia. The over 1,000 Liberian recently based in Butubura, Ghana were made homeless by the Ghanaian government on February 28, 2024 through the Traditional Council. Speaking with reporter via telephone from Ghana, the president of the Butubura Liberian refugee, Gwen Dennis, said the recent demolition carried out by the Ghanaian government through the traditional leader was done forcefully without notification to them as refugees on the camp. According to Gwen, the action by the Ghanaian authority is frustrating, stressing that the Liberian refugees have occupied the camp for over 30 years.
When I was even taken to the police, I called it Jimmy Lasendi, and he said he told the foreign minister to act, and we are here to get any response from them. It's like maybe the Liberian government don't owe the Liberian Ghana duty of care. I want to see it. They don't owe all duty of care. Maybe I want to see. That's my thing, because since 22 days today, since the incident, we have not seen any of them, and the people say misbehaving as everything I'm telling the government and happening. So I conclude that they don't owe duty of care, because since we don't have the voting right for now, their priorities don't have voting. And even see news of paper, fortunately the Ghanaian cut to take care of us. But that was on paper. We have not seen any action. And the ambassador kept saying the foreign ministers are in the Liberian government, they know what's going on. Oh yeah, what they done here. Yesterday, they even beat more old ladies that I asked to go to the hospital, and that's one thing. When the demolition started, the only thing we did was that we tell the people don't fight anybody because we're unannounced. People was angry, but you have plenty people with arms who don't even know that. They're going to worry attack. People are living about the money, so why would they be if they say they're not going back home? We are willing to come to our aid.
Gwen Dennis is the head of the refugee in Ghana. They're speaking with our reporter, that's Ben Johnson from neighboring Ghana. The National Elections Commission has announced the closure of the nomination of aspirants for the legislative seat in District 1 Grangeda County and senatorial seat in Nimba County. The vacancies were created following the death of Grangeda County Representative Era Madison Gwide and the election of Senator Jeremiah Kuhn of Nimba County as vice president. Addressing the press conference in Monrovia, NEC chairperson Davis Eto Brown Lassanan disclosed that all is now set for the scrutiny of aspirants for them to be qualified as candidates.
Let me say a big thank you to the team, that is the nomination team, for the two by-elections, Nimba Senatorial and Grangeda District number 1 by-elections, which are scheduled to commence and to be conducted on the 23rd of April from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening at both locations simultaneously. The commission began planning for these two by-elections right away. And so far, we have basically everything in place. The nomination ends today, meaning that we have aspirants, is that 15 of them? 19. 19 aspirants who are applicants in this process. You know that once the nomination is conducted, then there's the continuation of the screening by way of the documentation from the packages that they picked up. And once we get to find out that they are qualified based on the criteria we set, then of course we qualify them as candidates to run in the by-elections. And I'm told that very soon that qualification process will commence and will be completed in time to make the announcement that we have of the 19, we have either the full 19 qualified, and where one aspirant is perhaps have some issues, that will be flagged to that aspirant, and we see how best perhaps they make adjustments or corrections, or if not, then of course that aspirant probably will not be participating in these elections. All I'm saying is that a screening process commenced, and once it ends, we'll have the total number of those aspirants now being qualified to be candidates.
NEC Chairperson Davis Eto Brown Lasande disclosing to the public about the NEC's readiness to conduct the upcoming elections in the country. The National Teachers Association of Liberia has denied allegations made against its president by its former Secretary General and former president of the Bon County chapter. Recently, the former NTAL Secretary General Samuel Johnson and former NTAL Bon County chapter president Asik Kamara in a joint conference alleged that Mary Yeoman's leadership has amended the organization constitution purposely to state empowered and term her as corrupt. But addressing a press conference in Monrovia, NTAL Secretary General Dominic Swart described the allegation against Madam Mary Yeoman as false and misleading.
We, the National Executive Committee and the Representative Council, have jointly assembled to inform the public that Mr. Asik Kamara and Mr. Samawa Johnson Sr. statements are misleading and have no substance of truth. Mr. Johnson's assertion as the current Secretary General of NTL is a total disaster. And in this open manner, we consider such act as a serious impersonation and total disregard to the teachers and education workers of Liberia. We want to re-emphasize that after thorough investigation, Mr. Johnson was found guilty and dismissed by the 66th National Delegates Convention held in Bonjaman City, Lofa County, on December 28 to the 30, 2022, on several counts. Mr. Johnson is not a due payer. Instead, he was hired and fired after 4 warning letters on December 6, 2014, February 18, 2020, and March 5, 2021. The decision to suspend Mr. Samuel Y. Johnson Sr. met the consensus of the Representative Council, and the decision was approved by the 66th National Delegates Convention. At no time did the entity pay him off because he was warned severally. We are also using this medium to inform you about the Asik Kamara's situation at the National Teachers Association of Liberia. Mr. Kamara is parading the media landscape, inciting our teachers and education workers due to his ineptitude and corruptibility while serving as president of Bomi County NTL branch. Mr. Kamara is currently indebted to the organization in a sum of 80,000 LD, which he promised to have paid before the 65th National Delegates Convention that was held in Zwedu City, Grand Juda County in 2018. This money was borrowed to help him to settle his mother's medical bills, but said amount has not been paid, which led to his disqualification to contest as national president during the 65th National Delegates Convention, which was a set criterion by the electoral body. How can such a person demand a reputable institution for audit when it's often stated that he who comes with equity must come with clean hands?
For her part, NTAL President Mary Newman disclosed that the constitution of the organization has set down rules concerning audit. According to her, an audit can only be done at a general assembly of the NTAL in the presence of an auditor.
We are a unique institution, as I keep saying. We got a bylaw and constitution that tell us what to do and when to do. Okay? It's not just anybody come from the blue sky and you want audit. And we go by the rules. Even if an individual member want to get an audit report, that's why we got a 15 county represented on the council. So you go to your county leadership and find out. Besides, we normally do audit report at the convention. And even if the auditor is not there, we can read audit report. Only the auditor do that. So I don't know. And they know this thing, especially for Samuel Johnson. I don't know. They are aware. So when they're saying it, as somebody said, they want to tarnish our reputation, but we built it over the years. It's not just easy to break it down. So we're not afraid of audit. And we're sorry that they have called on almost the whole country to come. We have not seen anybody to come ask for audit. Then we'll tell them how we go about doing audit in this institution. Well, we know that the Constitution gave us 2 terms. And I took over 2016 and I asked for it should have been 1 year. But the City Council gave us additional 1 year and we went to convention 2018. That was the time I was elected for the first time. The first one, I was ending at tenure. And after that, my second tenure began in March 2022. And finally, this is my last time. By the grace of God, 2026, I will be ending my last term.
Mary Newman is the national president of the National Teachers Association of Liberia. Earlier, you listened to the Secretary General, that's Dominic Swa. To this next development, former Liberia Maritime Authority Commissioner Lane Ujinamwe has criticized the United States Embassy in Monrovia for remaining silent on early human rights violations carried out by the Unity Party-led government in Kinjo and other parts of the country. Speaking on the Freedom Hub on Tuesday, Namwe said it is disheartening that a U.S. embassy who chose to comment on the suspension of the July 2023 revised passport regulation, but not on the human rights abuse committed by the Unity Party government.
And on our government, when people demonstrate, we don't shoot them.
Okay.
So people need to ask questions. Why is it that when these same people that have been demonstrated forever, demonstrated, we had all of this loss of life? And today, I called somebody at the embassy and made an appointment to speak to the political officer. I asked for an appointment. You know what? Because I saw a text or a post from the U.S. embassy. Mm-hmm. You know what the post said? They congratulated the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Mm-hmm. This, that. I said, I want to ask the American embassy, when people die in Kinjo, why didn't I see a post? Why didn't they post? Whatever we are the cause, what got the cause, they did not post. But when an incident happened in the past, they commented.
But the embassy can choose when to post. And
I can choose when to ask them when to post too.
Okay.
So I need to ask because the United States government is very powerful. Mm-hmm. What they say, what they do, what they comment.
What are you suspecting?
I'm not suspecting anything. We're finished asking if they allow me to meet, which I've asked to. I'm saying it publicly. Mm-hmm. If they don't allow me to meet, I will come back on one radio station and say that when you want to be, because they are influential in Liberia's politics. Mm-hmm. When people die in Kinjo, did you say anything? No.
You didn't get
that? Somebody say, oh, all passport cancel. We are even, another, comment that shows that people don't even know what they're doing. Then you say, oh, yeah, good.
Eugene Amwede speaking. A group among the burden concerned citizens of Grangeda County are calling on President Joseph Boakai to withdraw the appointment of former Grangeda County District 3 Representative Ellis Green as superintendent of the county. They say through the years, Ellis Green served As lawmaker of District 3 in Grangeda County, he proved to be one of the worst persons ever to serve as lawmaker in the county. The further accused former Representative Green of being the main reason for the poor living condition of residents in the county.
Concerned citizen of Grangeda County, we write to inform you your honorable office in regard to the appointment of Honorable Chesia A. Green as Superintendent of Grangeda County. Through these years that he served as lawmaker, he has proven to be one of the worst people ever to serve as lawmaker in Grangeda County. Honorable Chesia A. Green is one of the reasons behind the poor living condition of the people of Grangeda County, because all these years he served as lawmaker, he has not been seeking the welfare of the district he represents and the county at large. Members of the press, it will surprise you to know that Honorable Chesia A. Green has not one day reported any form that he received from his district or county. From 2011 to 2023, Honorable Chesia A. Green has never reported the county development fund and the district engagement fund, which he received from the past years. Honorable Green has not a single development, youth empowerment, human resource, capacity building, and no tangible to show for the year he served as lawmaker. We got to understand that he was not the one who was to be appointed as superintendent to Grangeda County, but his name surfaced due to some manipulation. We therefore appeal that he is recalled as superintendent designated of Grangeda County and recommend Mr. John N. Wallace for said position. Mr. John N. Wallace has been in the private area since 1998. He has provided jobs for over 100 Grangeans.
A member of a group other on the burden concerned citizens of Grangeda County there called on President Joseph Boyka to withdraw the appointment of former Grangeda County District 3 Representative Ellis Green as superintendent of the county. The Liberia Marketing Association has lauded President Boyka's recent decision to name the entity as a board member of the Liberia National AIDS Commission. It can be recalled recently the Liberian leader, through an executive mansion release, named the LMA as one of the board members of the Liberia Marketing Association. Speaking to a team of journalists at the LMA headquarters Wednesday in Monrovia, LMA Secretary General Patrick Sati said the president's decision to include the LMA on the board of the LNAC board is timely, thus describing the president's decision as a boost to the entity. We sincerely apologize. We hope to get that upset during our subsequent newscast. To this next development, the Integrity Watch Liberia, with funding from partners, has ended in one-day roundtable discussion aimed at validating the losses from the government as a result of waiving taxes to companies in the extractive sectors. Speaking during the opening of the discussion, Integrity Watch Executive Director Harold Adod said some of the shortfall in generating a full national budget is as a result of waiving taxes to companies in the country.
Support from our partner Tax Justice Network and NORAD, Integrity Watch Liberia last year commissioned 3 very important studies, 2 of which we are here to share the findings with you here today. One basically is focusing on trying to understand tax incentives offered multinational corporations operating within Liberia's extractive sector. We tried to interrogate from 2007 up to 2023 to put a dollar value on how much incentives have been given these multinational corporations, because sometimes it's as a nation, we're interested in optimizing domestic resource mobilization. So as an organization, our interest is if we have all these issues around revenue mobilization, financing our development, then we need also to be able to find out ways in which we can support.
And to this very last development before returning to Thomas Kojo Rhoda, the former commissioner of the Liberian Maritime Authority, Eugene Nambwe, has dispelled rumors that former President Weah is requesting 38 EPS officers for his protection. The former Maritime Authority boss speaking on the Freedom Hub on Tuesday says at no time did former President Weah requested security for his president protection and being alleged in the public by Stour and supporters of the ruling Unity Party.
If they spoke, she indicated to the EPA director lied to me. The truth is that up to the time he turned over, former President Weah had 34 EPS assigned to him as president. He turned over power, and the same day he left the country. 34, not even 38. At no time did we request for 31, 32, 33, 34, 38. No time. Now, FPR or Sam Gay says that the president requested how? He wrote a letter, he texted them, he called them. How? You ask them the hard questions. It's a blinking lie. Now, it's not true that President Weah ever asked for 30, 20, or even 25 EPS. When the very EPS came back and sent one of the agents to the agents that we had, they said, oh, y'all had 30, 34 before, we'll make it 25. They mentioned the 25.
News just coming. It says the independent whistleblower of Liberia is calling on President Joseph Boakai to appoint a director general of the Liberia National Standard Authority. According to them, the institution is slowly going down the drain without a leader to carry out the activities of the institution.
I'm concerned about the current appointment of the DG for National Standards Authority based upon the action of the Commerce Minister is flagging alarm against customer protection and consumer protection of the quality infrastructure that run trade facilitation, where he is going about posting companies with all a test report from the Standard Authority, and there cannot be a test report from the Standard Authority, and the Standard Authority is not in full operations. So based upon this, he is in error. Aligned with EPA, EPA have no margin with the closure of industrial companies when it comes to standardization. And so, furthermore, they are holding the appointment. He is holding the appointment. The commerce minister is securing the space for his brother-in-law, and this is
a member of the group on the Baden Independent whistleblower of Liberia. They're taking us back to Thomas Kojo Rhoda for the foreign developments.
The head of Ethiopia's biggest commercial bank has told the BBC that customers who withdraw more money than was in their account because of glitches can escape the law. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia customers rush to take out money or transfer it to an account. It took several hours for the state-owned bank to freeze the transaction. Those who do not return the money that is not theirs will be prosecuted, warned. According to the BBC, the CBE boss told the BBC in an interview with the BBC Newsday program on Wednesday. He said the bank will take legal action against those who do not give back the funds from the end or between the end of this weekend. Well, and that's it for the foreign news from Ethiopia.
Thomas Kojo Rhoda, they're taking us home on this midweek edition of Freedom News Basket. And before we take leave of you, here are top stories. We close the follow this evening. Liberian refugees based in Ghana decry their alleged abandonment by the government of Liberia following demolition of the Butu Burakan in Ghana. Former Liberia Maritime Authority Commissioner Len Eugene Nambwe criticizes the United States Embassy near Monrovia for its silence on any human rights violation carried out by the Unity Party-led government in Kinjo and other parts of the country. Maryland County Detachment of the Liberia National Police launches investigation into the mysterious disappearance of a 50-year-old man identified as John Steen in the county. And away from home, The head of Ethiopia's BKS Commercial Bank has told the BBC that customers who withdrew more money than what was in their accounts because of a glitch cannot escape the law. On this note, we would like to say many thanks to our news writers, editors, and contributors for making this midweek edition of the news program a success. Thomas Kojo was here with the news bulletin, inclusive of the foreign development. I'm Stephen Compton. Thanks for listening and watching.